Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making an easy chicken Alfredo puff pastry braid. Y'all, this is absolutely delicious. It's a great way to use up some of that leftover chicken you might have, and it is the perfect weeknight meal. I'm starting with 1.5 cups of shredded chicken breast. Now you can use whatever you like. If you like dark meat, use it. If you've got some rotisserie chicken that's left over, this is a great place to use it. Now to this chicken, I'm adding some jarred Alfredo sauce. And I'm not using the whole jar. I'm using, let's say, half of it. And I'll put the other half in the refrigerator and use it another time. Now, I'm going to boost that Alfredo with a little bit of mozzarella cheese. This is 1/2 cup, a little bit of kosher salt, some black pepper, and last, I've got some Italian seasoning. And you can use up to a teaspoon or more if you like. Jimmy is not a big fan of the Italian seasoning, so I always add a little less versus a little more. Now that's all you have to do for this Alfredo filling. If you'd like to add some frozen peas or maybe some mushrooms, yum is all I can say. Now I'm going to set this aside, and next we're going to work on our puff pastry. I've got a piece of parchment paper that I have on my cutting board, and I'm going to lay the puff pastry right on top. I love puff pastry. I think it just elevates things to another level. But if you don't have puff pastry, you can substitute this for the crescent sheets or even the crescent rolls. You just push the seams together and you basically got almost the same thing. Now, I told you that we're making a chicken Alfredo braid. So I'll show you how we're going to make the braid. I have a knife and I'm cutting about 3/4 of an inch strips, and I'm cutting them diagonally. And we're just going from the inside seam to the outside. You can also use a pizza slicer. I use that a lot when I'm making these. Now we're going to cut the other side, and we're going to try our best to duplicate what we did here. And there we go. It's finished. And we've got, I think, the same amount of slices on each side. I'll let you know at the end. Now I'm going to take this chicken filling and I'm going to put it right in the middle of our puff pastry. All this looks and smells so good. Yum. And there we go. Now we're going to start making the braid. And I'm going to start with my second piece of puff pastry. And I'll show you what we're going to do with these pieces at the end. And I'm taking each side and I'm just folding it over. Just go from side to side. Now I'm going to take these ends and just pinch those edges down. And voila! Now, to make it extra special and pretty, I have got some egg wash. And this is just a beaten egg. And this is going to help this puff pastry just turn a beautiful golden brown. And like I said, if you're using crescent rolls, you want to do the same thing. I'm going to flavor this just a little bit and add some kosher salt, a little bit more black pepper, and I have some Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to sprinkle this on top, and this is going to be delicious. And I'm going to reserve just a little bit as a garnish. I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. Now the inside is already cooked. We just want to make sure that it gets hot and bubbly and that that cheese melts. And for our puff pastry to get nice and golden brown. So I'll see you back here in a few. Look at this beautiful puff pastry. Just look how the filling is puffing up and oozing out. Y'all, this is gonna be so good. Now I'm gonna let it rest for a good 10 minutes before I cut into it, because if I cut into it now while it's so hot, it's just going to fall apart. So we want it to hold together beautifully when we cut it. Now, let's give this a taste. Still very hot. Oh, hear that puff pastry? So crispy. And you know, if you wanted to, you could take some of the leftover Alfredo sauce and drizzle it on the top, or maybe a dipping sauce. The sky's the limit. Now, let's taste. This filling has so much flavor. The chicken, the Alfredo sauce, the mozzarella cheese, it just all works together. And then the buttery puff pastry just adds that perfect amount of texture and taste. Oh, yum. You're a blessing to me. Thanks so much for watching. Will you press the like button and share this video with your friends? And if you haven't already, make sure that you follow me at Kathy's Southern Kitchen on Facebook and YouTube. Jimmy is due home for lunch in just a few minutes, and I know that he is going to absolutely love this. I know I do. See you next time. Bye.